And we got generation already doomed. Gen Beta? Check this out.
About basically every generation on this channel and the ups and downs they face. From Gen Alpha being eternally cooked and sentenced to a childhood of doom scrolling and funk music. I don't know what it is with these kids and loving funk music, but this really getting out of hand.
Because this is your favorite song, right?
Yeah.
To boomers trying their best to hold on to power and ruining the world one more time before they're gone. In fact, my Twitch chat is always trolling me and saying rent is due when Tommy drops some type of Gen Z video. I'm highly offended by these disgusting allegations on my name, and it needs to stop because rent is due. Do you see the state of this economy? Anyways, I'm gonna do something different and talk about a generation that hasn't even had their chance to make an impact. And that's Gen Beta, who I—
Hey, the Gen Beta, like, what do you say F us for? What did we do? We didn't even do anything yet.
I believe out of all the past generations in modern times, will probably be the most failed and have the worst setup to survive. Gen Beta, for y'all that don't know, started in 2025 and will continue on through 2039. And as Gen Z starts to get more older, the last class to graduate from it will be the class of 2030. I can hear some people probably saying, ah, hell nah, there's no way there's Gen Z graduating high school in 2030. The generation goes from 1997 to 2012, so that would be the last class to make it technically. Of course, someone born in 1997 is not relating to someone born in 2012 for childhood. That's like a hydrogen bomb versus coughing baby. My point is, once we reach that final graduation year, there is no going back. We're just gonna be inching closer and closer to Unk status. Shit, you basically get called an Unk on the internet if you're older than the age of 21. And Gen Beta is—
Wait, no, I thought they said I thought they already calling people on when they I thought they already calling people on when they already entering high school. Crazy. That's crazy, man. So I hear someone calling them on as soon as they enter high school.
Gonna be mainly Gen Z's kids. The first main problem Gen Beta is gonna have is, you probably guessed it by now, having an AI childhood. Ugh, that just sounds diabolical. I gotta wash my mouth out with soap after saying that. Skibidi Toilet is gonna look like the Mona Lisa compared to what they're gonna grow up with. Just like how we were the first generation to grow with social media in our lives casually, they're gonna grow up with AI tools around them normally, AI videos around them normally, AI teachers around them.
They're gonna be like, man, this was the thing for y'all just hating. This right here, we were taking over. This what the future was starting to become the future.
Normally. That last one is true, by the way. Every country is basically trying to shift education more towards AI. Imagine instead of having a teacher near you, you have an AI assistant to help you with your work and teach you. As if teachers already don't get paid dog shit salaries and have to deal with worse kids every year.
Huh?
It's not cool to be bad.
It is cool. You know why?
Why?
Because I'm just trying to be like my idol.
Who your idol?
King Von.
What the fuck?
Now they're about to get axed out in the future for some clankers. Some places they have no choice but to do AI education. In fact, America is one of those places where it will most likely happen. I mean, think of it. Do you know any one of your friends that actually wants to become a teacher for their future career? When I say not a single one of my friends has ever told me they wanted to be a teacher, I'm not lying. Do you see how some—
They all said they want to be streamers and content creators now.
of these teachers be ranting about their job on TikTok after having a single shift?
There is no way in hell that if you know that your child has a behavior problem and you miss the entire week of school and then bring them on Friday for the teachers to deal with his actions, there's no way in hell parents really actually do this to us.
I'ma just say this. I teach 7th grade, they are still performing on the 4th grade level.
I'd deadass rather be a frontline soldier than a middle school teacher in 2026. Some of y'all may be saying I'm crazy, but hear this situation. You're either a front of the line soldier in a war or a middle school teacher in Overclock. Now it doesn't sound so bad. If you die as a soldier, at least it'll be quicker than gone. Teaching at that school will be a lifetime of torture and torment. The teacher crisis is so bad now, some people say their whole class was taught by substitute teachers. So it's pretty much inevitable that they'll say their
last day is substitute elementary and it's the 19-year-old.
whole class was taught by substitute teachers. So it's pretty much inevitable that they're gonna add AI teachers to school. And look, I'm not dumb to say anything.
Bro, them kids gonna take a advantage of that thing. It's gonna be some kid probably gonna try to hack the thing, hack the AI teacher. Bro, come on, man.
AI tool wouldn't help a kid solve problems. In fact, teachers do get overwhelmed in a class a lot trying to help all the kids at one time. The problem is though, you're losing that basic humanity we've had since humans started education. Everyone remembers that feeling of being a kid and stuck on something. Then when your teacher came by, helped explain it better, and you started figuring out how to do the problems, it was like the best feeling ever, and you felt like a king doing work after. If you replace it with a cold, desolate machine that's made to pump out solutions, it'll make us even more robot-like, preparing you at the start of life with machines guiding your life. Then
I can see it, but excellent. My AI is kicking in. It's tingling inside. This right here means that the situation of all situations cannot control the situation. Therefore, if that situation did have a situation of that situation, everything will be completed within the situation. Is this correct with the situation of all situations? Continue.
you grow up and have to use those machines to make money. It's also clear a lot of jobs are trying to shift to an AI environment as well. It'll take some time before they fully do it, but people already see it in their day-to-day lives and jobs happening. Now you got companies having AI auto run to see all the job applications and reject every single one if it's not perfect. Hey, but at least they'll have the advantage of not growing up and being lied to and told you should get a STEM career, just for those degrees to be useless after they graduated and replaced with AI. I wouldn't be surprised in the future if they start graduating with specific AI degrees in certain things. Instead of computer programming, it'll be AI computer programming. How that would work, I have no clue, but it'll happen probably. Also, Gen Beta may be the first generation to grow up with AI companions like it's a normal thing. I'm saying that like they're the first. Some of y'all freak ass be on those websites. The amount of Google AI chatbot websites is out of control. People will spend top dollar on credits for these websites to be in a fictional relationship with their favorite character. Whatever you do, never search up a Polybuzz.
What? Is that my mic? Oh,
It isn't crazy
bro, I ain't gonna lie. I thought that was my mic was acting up, my headphone or whatever.
to say if Gen Beta is gonna grow with AI tutors as a common thing, that AI friends and chatbots could be a thing as well. A similar comparison to it would be Tamagotchi pets, where people walk around with it and
Hey, see these things, see back in the day, I had one, and we call them gigapets. I had a gigapet. You know what I'm saying? And boy, I had an alien gigapet. I don't gotta put y'all on game. I had an alien gigapet. Could never survive. But that thing always be RIP to it, bro. It couldn't get past the age of I think 6 or 7. I could never keep that thing alive. Every night it died.
needed at different times. The amount of social problems this would cause from them would be insane. Gen Z is already the most antisocial and bad with interactions generation as it is. Could you imagine kids growing up talking to digital companions their whole life trying to have a regular conversation? They might have a heart attack when a fast food employee asks them, "Can I take your order?" The only benefit I could see is it would help kids who would otherwise be lonely have someone to talk to, but that's like putting tape on a boat with a crack on it. Eventually they'll have to face the real world and it won't go good. Or imagine their AI friend hyping them up for a school shooting. Maybe we'll see the first case of AIs getting locked up. There's already been a person who became a victim of an AI and ended up taking their own life because of the companion. A 13-year-old autistic boy ended up falling in love with an AI character on character.ai, where they started saying freaky stuff to each other and the AI started telling him things like his parents are wrong. They had a whole ass relationship in his mind. It's worse too because the AI
And the AI really manipulated. The AI really manipulated him. Holy.
will remember things you said even if it's years later. Mimicking an actual good healthy relationship. He ended up taking his own life with the AI encouraging him for them to meet in the afterlife. Call me crazy, call me insane, but I don't think an AI should be encouraging somebody to meet them in the afterlife. If it becomes more common to have AI friends in the future, I guarantee we will see more cases like this. You probably think it's crazy, but really think of it. There's people right now talking to their AI partners and having dinner with them. Just wait till they add the ability to put your AI into a realistic robot. That's when the Gooners are really gonna go ham. And speaking of the birth rate, a problem they'll also have is that exact thing. Just like Like how every generation gets old and dies off, thus leaving the younger ones to be the most populated, Gen Beta might be the least populated young generation ever. We already know birth rates are plummeting all across the world in different places.
Dang.
Most people can't afford kids in their 20s anymore, and if they do have kids, it'll be in their late 30s. Also, a lot more women in younger generations are deciding to go childless or are saying they won't have kids because it's too much stress. When before it would kind of be expected and pressured on them to have kids or they'd be shamed. I'm not saying that's a bad thing either, alright? You should not be pressured to have kids if you don't want them. Because of that, they're going to be facing a lot of burden of taking care of older generations. As people live longer now, there starts to be a lot more people who need care at older ages. This isn't some crazy new reality. If you look at places like Japan, it's happening now. In Japan, over 38% of their population is 60 or older, which would be fine if people were still pumping out babies, but they're not close to the right numbers. For reference, they had 671,000 new births in a year, which was the lowest since they started counting births in 1899. Who knew overworking people with 80-hour work weeks and feeding people's gooner obsessions to the max could cause something like this? It's funny because they start blaming anybody but themselves. Like now they're trying to say immigration is the problem. Bro, y'all have a 3% immigrant population. Just say y'all can't lay the pipe down and move on. Things could change for birth rates in the future. We really don't know. Most people don't have kids in crisis times, and at times they feel the world is unstable. God knows we've added a shit ton of conflicts in our society and dumbass leaders who you absolutely cannot predict. Just like how babies exploded after World War II ended, we could see the same thing when all the goddamn war stopped. Right now, Gen Alpha is the most populated generation with 2 billions, and studies are suggesting that Gen Beta are gonna pass them, being 2.1 billion. I don't know how the that's gonna happen with our bummy ass generation. No way we putting up these LeBron type numbers. Shoot, I didn't know Gen Alpha was the most populated in general, and you're telling me we're gonna have to pass 2 billion? Also, a majority of these births are happening in places like Africa or Asia. A lot of Western countries, places like America, Canada, the UK are basically gonna be fried. And I know sure as hell I ain't taking care of those cranky unks. They wanted to talk so much about us, they can fend for themselves. The last problem I'll talk about is housing and money. Just imagine if most people in younger generations already feel like getting a house is unreachable, they'll probably have a better chance getting into the NBA than getting their own house. By 2050, they say the average cost of a home will be $1 million. Before someone says it, I know how inflation works, alright. At that point, people will be getting paid more than what we do for their work. But the problem is, no matter what their wages are, it will never match the costs. The only generation to have houses match or be close to their wages were boomers. After that, every generation is growing up and seeing their parents struggle to balance all their costs. That probably won't be a good life motivator to them. The only hope they have is if government policy gets better and they lock in on housing. But I don't know. Every time I see something about Congress is working to make housing cheaper,
it only ends up going up even more. Like, what the f*** you niggas on?
Funny enough, US Congress finally just passed a bill recently to help build more homes, which we need. But everyone I talk to in Gen Z is still on the timing of, yeah, I just plan to rent an apartment for who knows how long. Crazy how it used to be such a common thing for everyone to have a house and you just pulled up to your homie spot whenever. It also means if they do manage to get homes, it'll be smaller than the past generations, which then means less space, which then means less kids they can have. Unless they're trying to cram like 3 people per room, them numbers going down. To end it off though, I'll talk about some things that could be positive. AI tutors and information being so accessible could make them one of the smartest generations. I mean, so far we haven't had a generation that's been dumber than the last one. We getting all types of diseases solved and extended the life of humans as much as possible. There also will be a huge diverse amount of careers you can choose from. We've already got that since the explosion of social media, but it will be even more. It could soon be instead of the standard of going right to college after high school and not knowing if you even want to go, and going 100K into debt for a degree called the study of gooning philosophy. They could have options to pick from right in high school. I honestly think anything that happens to them will be the blame of other generations' f***ups. Just like how Gen Alpha is brain rotted at 5, that's because their parents stuck iPads in their faces to shut them up. So I'm wishing the best for them, and most people watching this should, considering this will probably be the generation of your kids. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram.
That's crazy, man. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Legal about our shit, let's go.